Hello one and all, my name is Riffs, my friends call me Fluff, and today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, we are going to check out the HEDDphone Two from HEDD Audio. If you've been keeping an eye on the channel over the last, couple of months, you will know I've been kind of on a headphone kick lately to find, a set of headphones that translate and feel as good as big old monitors in situations where I need headphones. My significant other works right across the hallway from me. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to start mixing at 8 a.m. if she's either sleeping or on a Zoom call or something like that, right? There are obvious use cases to use headphones in a mix and listen situation. And today we are going to check out the HEDDphone Two from HEDD Audio. And before we go any further, HEDD Audio has sent me these headphones because I've been buds with Freddie for several years now, and I asked him if I could make a video for these headphones. All thoughts and opinions are still mine. Now, when you look at the HEDDphone Two, you immediately have a couple of different thoughts. A, how does that head strap work? B, wow, those are very unique looking. And C, for me, wow, the ear cups on these are incredibly thick. I bet those feel pretty good. Now, your thoughts may differ when you first see the HEDDphone Two. However, there's a lot going on with these headphones. Now, let's go ahead and start with the drivers for the HEDDphone Two. HEDD make these drivers, and they're basically their AMT drivers, right? They're air motion transformer drivers, and they are not speakers in the traditional sense. These basically look like crinkled potato chips that create air breaths, and that's how they produce the sonic signature. Now, what you get with this design is incredible fidelity and accuracy, and you actually are able to kind of go around a lot of the traditional issues that come with making a traditional driver. Now, with all of those AMT design features, you also get a crazy frequency response of 10 hertz to 40,000 hertz, 40K, which is bonkers. So if you are a dog watching this shopping for headphones, these are probably for you. Now let's talk about the packaging and the presentation that come with the HEDDphone Two. These are $2,000 headphones, and for that amount of money, I would expect a 10 out of 10 presentation, and that's exactly what you get with the HEDDphone Two. You basically have this box that has two different compartments. Inside, you will find two different cables. You will find two cable adapters, and then you also find extra ear pads, and you also have a travel case to keep everything in so you can throw it in your backpack and off you go. Classy. Now let's talk about the HEDD Smart Strap system. You have two different adjustments. Now, when you see this, you kind of think, okay, that kind of looks like a watch. I think I kind of understand it. Now, the outer straps adjust the clamping force of the HEDDphone Two, and the inner strap adjusts how much slack is then on the head adjustment. So ergo, if you slacken it more, it will lower the headphone on your head and so on and so forth, all right? So you are able to precisely dial in this headphone to your specific head size. If you want more clamping power, they've got it. But also for me personally, I have the clamping force pretty low in these headphones just because I have a big old noggin. Now, additionally, these things come in at 1.21 pounds. These are pretty hefty, although they are 25% less than the original headphone. However, watch your posture. No leaning over the desk if you're mixing with these, but also be sure to sit back and let the weight just kind of rest squarely on your head. And if you have good posture, you'll be okay. If you lean forward a lot, these things will let you know because your neck will start screaming at you. However, these are lighter than a lot of the Odyssey headphones I have used in the past. They really don't feel that heavy due to this wonderfully padded headband, but your mileage may vary just depending on your head size and your overall build. Now let's talk about how these things sound. For me, I noticed a little bit of roll off in the low end at about, I don't know, 55, 60 hertz-ish, if I had to take a stab. Also, there's a little bit of a mid-range punch. That's nice. I would say the 2 to 4K is where they sound a little slightly, not quacky, but it kind of makes it so the top end has an additional presence as well, or a perceived presence. So what that means is your mixes, if you're mixing with these, will tend to sound a little bit more scooped than they actually probably are. All right, so the end result of your mixes will be a slight scoop in the mid-range, which I will point out is kind of the order of the day currently with popular music. So is that such a bad thing? No, I don't think so. But overall, these don't have the widest soundstage on the planet, but they are very pleasant and kind of sweet to listen to. It's kind of hard to describe. There's a lot of sauce in these headphones. They sound very fast and they sound very detailed without being sibilant, if that makes sense. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to compare a recent mix I did for one of my songs, and we're going to A/B the mix I subsequently did with the HEDDphone 2. And the differences you hear are a result of the differences I heard using these headphones. And you will notice a little bit more additional low end in the headphone mix, and you'll also notice a little bit more of a scoop in the headphone mix as well, comparing it to the original mix I did on my big old Ex Machina studio monitors. So let's go ahead and do a sonic shootout. So what do I think? Pretty good. These are damn good headphones. These are a lot of fun. I really want to try the GT versions of these headphones. Now, the GT versions are more of audiophile hi-fi experience, so I have read. However, they do share a lot of design similarities, but they do sonically sound different. I am told and have read. These are a lot of fun, and I think they're very sweet. And I think I would love to have a little bit more low end in these headphones. Other than that, I don't know if I would change much, because I actually like the result that I got in my mix comparison when using these. These are a very nice headphone, and I can absolutely do a mix on these versus any other headphone. These are pretty good. I will link down below in the description if you'd like to know more things about the HEDDphone 2 from HEDD Audio. And with that, you've been wonderful. I've been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.